Chapter 1. The only strange thing is that I can understand them. Lotus City. Lower District, Star Street. A blinding flash tore through the night sky. The explosion that followed shook several streets in succession, sending the vagrants of the night scrambling away in panic. Before long, city police rushed to the scene. Seeing the fully armed officers, the nearby homeless huddled back into the shadows, carefully keeping their distance. Under normal circumstances, the lower district never got this kind of rapid response. If they did tonight, then something big had definitely happened. Inside the cordoned-off area, the officers stared at the wreckage of a warehouse, all of them grim-faced. The interior looked as if some giant hand had kneaded it like mud. Not only were the illegal goods destroyed, but also the people who had been handling them. A detector suddenly shrieked. The face of one of the officers darkened, his voice edged with barely contained anger. Those bastards are smuggling this stuff again. The alarm meant there were traces of abhorrent dream corrosion at the scene. Enduring the nausea, the officers fanned out across the warehouse, searching every corner. In the midst of the carnage, broken flesh and mangled debris mixed together, they found the only intact object. It was a coffin that had been torn open. The officer in charge of the scene was no stranger to that thing. It was a special containment box used to seal an aberrant dream patients. The explosion here was clearly caused by an aberrant dream going out of control. For the entire warehouse to be wrecked, while the box survived more or less intact, there was only one explanation. The box was of extremely high quality. Aberrant dreams were a peculiar phenomenon in this world. Some considered them a disease. Others treated them as treasure chests. Research centered around aberrant dreams was extensive. Aberrant dreams could bring immense profit. Naturally, that gave rise to smuggling. Smuggling combined with improper storage made it very easy for an aberrant dream to spiral out of control. This particular incident was already the fourth aberrant dream outburst that month, and related cases occurred at least once or twice every month. There were even people deliberately engineering aberrant dream outbursts as terror attack. When an aberrant dream lost control, it would violently erode reality. During that erosion, there was a chance that certain things from within the dream would remain behind in the real world. That was the profit aberrant dreams promised. After an aberrant dream eroded reality, it could leave behind all sorts of bizarre objects. Things that could grant people longer lifespans, stronger bodies, strange abilities, or knowledge and technology far beyond the current era. What they brought, however, was far from purely beneficial. Many monsters and hazardous items were also born from out-of-control aberrant dreams. Technology and knowledge far beyond this age naturally stirred up taboos that also did not belong to this age. The erosion of reality by aberrant dreams had introduced demons, vampires, fiends, and other beings that had no business existing in this world. To this day, no one knew just how many such beings born from dream-corroded reality were out there. They hid among human society, in nameless, shadowy corners, and sometimes even among the ranks of the officers on duty. Some, in fact, no longer bothered to hide, nor did they need to. There were enough of them now that they had simply become another branch of intelligent life. Officer Meade, there are no aberrant dream residues left at the scene. This was a small-scale outburst. No. Clean it up then. Officer Meade nodded. The officers began spraying a special solution inside the warehouse, a substance designed to neutralize the remains of an out-of-control aberrant dream. The outburst itself had indeed been minor. What was unsettling was how high-grade the abandoned containment box was. After the police sealed the box in evidence storage, they began rounding people up. Aberrant dream smuggling involved a lot of vested interests, but if an outburst occurred, someone had to take the fall. Since this outburst hadn't caused much chaos, and the smugglers had been caught, the case was quickly closed. To the public, the official explanation was that an old, poorly maintained warehouse had caught fire, setting off an explosion of hazardous materials stored inside. The gang that ruled Stir Street was wiped out. Until a new gang took over the area, the local vagrants could finally breathe a little easier. For a while, they no longer had to worry about disappearing without a trace. Just as the number of homeless people on Stir Street began to rise again, the street received an unexpected visitor. The clustered vagrants didn't notice when exactly he appeared. They experienced a brief collective daze,